Today in Tech News Headlines, here's a way to eliminate your cable bills without losing your favorite channels.
The HD Free TV digital antenna offers free over-the-air signals from major and even some foreign networks with no monthly fees. That's right, absolutely free.
A recent federal government mandate has forced all broadcasters to switch to a digital signal over the airways. So now you can watch broadcast television in full 1080 HD for free with the HD Free TV digital antenna. Simply plug the antenna into the back of your TV and scan to instantly start receiving top-rated movies, shows, news, sporting events, and weather from major networks and more.
Basic cable or satellite services can cost you up to $1,000 a year and require an annual contract.
HD Free TV. There are no contracts, no monthly fees, and no price hikes to worry about. Just crystal clear picture and sound that's better than cable and satellite, because over-the-air broadcast stations don't alter their signal like cable and satellite do. HD Free TV's thin, low-profile design makes it easy to conceal behind curtains, artwork, furniture, and more. It's perfect for apartments, a must for RVs. It's perfect for dorm rooms and boats. Great for tailgating parties. Watch the pre-show before the game. You can pay $120 per year for an extra cable box. HD Free TV lets you watch TV in as many rooms in your home as you want without paying any extra fees or running cable wires. For a limited time through today's special TV offer, you can cut the cord with the HD Free TV digital antenna for only $10. But wait, order in the next 10 minutes and we'll double your entire order for free. That's an extra antenna for the RV, boat, kids room, anywhere for free. That's two HD Free TV digital antennas, a $40 value for only $10. This offer will never be available in stores, so call or click now.
To order, call 1-800-662-9877 or go online to hdfreetv.com. Order now.
For much of the early 20th century, barnstorming was a huge slice of small-town American life, as ball players, both black and white, brought great baseball to little towns and communities all over the South, the East, and the Midwest. They were creating a major league quality show wherever they went. But for black barnstormers, it was a show that was constantly overshadowed by the cloud of racism. Jim Crow laws made it nearly impossible to find a hotel room or even a place to eat. Yet even in the face of all that adversity, barnstorming proved to be an economic necessity for the Negro League ball player. Now, when you guys did go on your on the barnstorming tours, it was not going down Main Street on bicycles with clown hats and all that.
No. We traveled, listen to this, the Bobby Feller All-Stars rode in a plane. The Satchel Paige All-Stars rode in another plane. From New York all the way, played all the way over the country to California. Outstanding.
You made a little bit of money on that trip, too.
Made so much, my wife thought I was stealing.
How much money did you guys make back then?
It all depends. See, when I came here to the Monarchs, my salary was $100 a month and $1 a day for meal money. Stayed right up there in the Streets Hotel, see? And I could come down to the restaurant in the morning, get breakfast, ham and eggs and a cup of coffee, 25 cents. I only eat 2 meals a day. And I could get a Kansas City strip, a baked potato, some string beans, and a dessert for 35 cents. Went right across the street here, Gym Theater, matinee for 10 cents. Smoked Camel cigarettes, I could get a package of Camel cigarettes for 15 cents. That was 85 cents. I had 15 cents out of the dollar to play with. And out of the $100 a month, I sent $50 home to Mama. But this was during the Depression. During the Depression, but I finished up here. When I finished up playing with the Monarchs, now I'm making $1,000 a month. There's the different times. But, you know, you're talking about an era. The minimum salary in the major leagues was $5,000. Yeah. So time changed, time changed a lot of things. Mickey Mantle, I said, Mickey, if you were playing now, man, you'd be making tons of money. He said, Buck, when I played, I made the top dollar. I said, yeah. He said, you see that automobile they paying $70,000 for? I got it for $5,000. That home they paying $5 million for the home. I got the home for $50,000. Yeah, so it's just the difference in the time. See, I made the top dollar.
You once shared a hotel room with an umpire, Bob Motley.
Mm-hmm.
He tossed you out of the game the same day?
We on our way to Miami, and we played in Jacksonville.
We Tennessee. The Monarchs were playing the Memphis Red Sox.
So we had a play, and he called it. The guy was trying to bunt the ball.
It was a close play at home, and Buck didn't like what I called.
And he bumped it and kind of hit it kind of like a line drive to me. Of course, we got guys in first and second, and it's like a line drive to me. I knocked it down and started the play.
And he said the magic word, and I threw him out of the ball game.
And I called him something I shouldn't have. And he put me out the ball game.
So after the ball game, I didn't have nowhere to stay that night.
That night, he didn't have a room, so he had to sleep with me.
And Buck came over and told me, he said, hey, he always called me the kid because I was much younger than Buck. He always said, kid, you could sleep with me if you like to.
We slept with our backs to each other.
So it's been a while. How you guys been?
Good. Oh, hey, I'm a new granddad.
I saw that online. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Cute little guy. Looks nothing like you.
Oh, thanks a lot. Would you believe I was a patient at the same hospital a week later?
What happened?
It turned out it was no big deal, but while I was waiting for the test results, I did some thinking. About Kate. If something ever did happen to me, she'd get hit with a lot of expenses. Funeral costs, our credit cards. I want to get life insurance, so she's protected, but I haven't been able to afford it.
Well, I'm no richer than you, and I have life insurance.
Really? Even with your health issues? Who gave you coverage?
MetLife. And they made it easy. No medical questions or exams. And it was really affordable. It's called Guaranteed Acceptance Whole Life Insurance.
Really?
Yep. After dinner, I'll show you what I'm talking about.
Guaranteed Acceptance Whole Life Insurance from MetLife is simple, affordable coverage that can help pay for expenses such as medical bills, credit card debt, and funeral costs. If you're age 50 to 75, call MetLife today and discover how easy it can be to help protect the people who depend on you. Coverage amounts range from $2,000 to $25,000 and rates start at less than $10 per month. There are no medical questions or exams, and you can apply for coverage in a single phone call. You cannot be turned down for health reasons. In fact, your acceptance is guaranteed. We also have a variety of convenient payment options. Your rates are guaranteed never to increase for the life of the policy, and your coverage will never decrease. If you thought you couldn't get life insurance before, now you can. So call today.
This looks great. We're definitely giving MetLife a call.
Call MetLife at 1-800-741-1997 to learn more. That's 1-800-741-1997. 1-800-741-1997.
It's the shoes, right?
It's the shoes. It's the shoes.
It's gotta be the shoes.
No, it's actually the socks.
Socks?
Yep, the socks. Because now Tommy Copper socks do what shoes alone can't with our most innovative, comfortable compression sock. Designed and engineered for everyday use with targeted compression at your arch, heel, Achilles, ankle, and graduated compression up through the calf to relieve aches and pains. Because when your feet feel great, you can be great.
I can now.
I'm on my feet all day, so I know they work.
And they go on so easy.
They really relieve my aches and pains.
I can't afford not to wear them.
Now available in athletic, dress, or even wool for wherever life takes you.
I guess it is the socks.
Get back on your feet. Tommy Copper. Go to TommyCopperSocks.com now to find relief with our new line of ultra-comfortable compression socks. Your feet will never be the same.
You know, as good a businessman as Rube Foster was, You have to wonder if even he understood the level of talent that he was assembling back then. Batting averages in excess of the high 300s, well, they weren't that uncommon. And with the advent of the radar gun in 1935, Negro League pitchers were being clocked at speeds equal to, and in some cases, in excess of the top pitchers in today's ball game. Some of the people that you played with, Josh Gibson.
Outstanding hitter, one of the greatest hitters that ever lived. Now, I tell you what, Sosa, McGuire, great power hitters, but they weren't great hitters. Now, Babe Ruth, Josh Gibson, not only great power hitters, great hitters, maybe 350 or better lifetime batting average. These were the guys, and that Josh Gibson could wear the ball out. I tell you, an incident, we playing in D.C., and playing the World Series in 1942. We leading in the ninth inning. They got a kid on first base. This was a young guy playing second base for the Grays named Carlisle. He was on first base. We get 2 outs, and Josh comes to the bat. And this kid tried to steal second base. We get him out. The game was over. And Josh said, "Son, what were you thinking about trying to steal second base?" He said, "Josh, I was trying to get in scoring position." He said, "Son, I'm in scoring position when I come to the plate."
Now let's go to another guy, Satchel Paige.
Oh.
When he got to the major leagues, how old was he really?
I know, but I'm not going to tell you. That's Satchel's secret. But he was old. He was old, older than anybody else in the major leagues. But Satchel won in the major leagues at that age. If they had Satchel in the major leagues, earlier, the records would have been different. He would have changed the book.
Was he 50 when he was playing in the major leagues?
50 probably plus.
You're kidding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But had it all, the best control I'd ever seen, fastball. They clocked him in Washington, throwing the fastball 100 miles an hour. He called me Nancy. He said, "Nancy, I didn't know they were clocking me. I could have thrown harder than that."
Now there's another guy, and his name is Cool Papa Bill.
Oh, man. Now you talking about dressing. That's why they called him Cool. That sucker was clean.
Now, he was given that nickname by Bill Gatewood, right? Cool Papa.
Well, and Cool was so cool, man. And as I told you, clean. But his reaction, like nothing bothered Cool. Nothing bothered. Cool could run, and he playing here with the Monarchs. And we playing the Texas All-Stars, Texas League All-Stars. Cool was on third and got picked off at third base. I say, what were you thinking about getting picked off at third base? Because I got on the dugout sitting right by him, picked off at third base, blah, blah, blah. The next inning, I triple. I got picked off at third. Now, Cool's on this end of the dugout. I went on the other end. I didn't want to get next to Cool. Cool came down and sat by me and didn't say a word.
But you knew.
That was Cool.
Things break all the time, so you try messy glue, but now you're stuck holding pieces together. Fingers stick and glue never works. What you need is Laser Bond USA, the amazing liquid plastic that fixes, fills, fastens, and seals virtually anything in as little as 3 seconds. Laser Bond is not a glue, but a unique liquid plastic that only hardens with the UV light. Watch in real time. Simply apply, aim the UV light, and in just 3 seconds, you have a repair that lasts. Plastic, metal, glass, or wood, repairs are fixed right with a UV light. The magic? A powerful liquid plastic compound that hardens strong as a rock under ultraviolet light. Now fill in plumbing leaks in 3 seconds or less. Instantly repair kids' toys and keep playtime flying. The best part, the adhesive is made in the USA, so it's guaranteed to hold tight or your money back.
Wow, that is fast.
It bends, it's flexible.
And I love that it's made here in the USA.
Watch, we cut a boat in half. Can Laser Bond connect both ends? Wow, the boat floats with no danger to the passenger. Amazing! Laser Bond can be sanded and painted, so repairs can look new again. If you mess up applying it, just wipe clean. There's no sticky residue, and it only cures with the UV light, so you can make sure the repair is just right. Call or go online to get Laser Bond USA for just $19.99. We'll include the protective carry case free. But to make this offer really powerful, we're going to double the offer absolutely free. And here's the best part. We're going to ship your entire order free. Log on at laserbondusa.com.
Call 1-800-322-1202 to get your buy one, get one free Laser Bond USA. Call now or go to laserbondusa.com. So call 1-800-322-1202. That's 1-800-322-1202. Call now.
Relive, remember, relate.
The year 1947 turned out to be a remarkable year in American history. President Truman recommended integration of the armed services. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was born Ferdinand Louis Alcindor in New York City, and Josh Gibson became perhaps the saddest story of the Negro Leagues, passing away tragically at the age of 35. And then Jackie Roosevelt Robinson opened the Major League season as a second baseman with the Brooklyn Dodgers, becoming the first modern-day black player in Major League history. Now, 1947 was an incredibly tough year for Jackie. Not only did he feel the same pressures of trying to prove himself that all rookies face, he endured the immense pressures of being a racial pioneer. On and off the field, he felt that sting of racism with racial taunts from fans and opponents, racial hate mail at home, death threats against himself and his family. And what was Jackie's response? It was a grim-faced resilience, an unbroken spirit, and maybe the biggest in-your-face response of all, the National League Rookie of the Year. You were in the Navy when you first heard that Jackie Robinson...
In a CB battalion, and I'm a bosun, and the head man called, it's 11 o'clock at night. Bosun O'Neill come to my office. I said, oh, hell, what did I do now? I get to his office, say, you know what happened? I said, no, sir. He said, Branch Rickey just signed Jackie to an organized baseball contract.
Well, thank you very much, Rickey. Mr. Rickey, I'm certainly pleased with the contract, and that last little bit you said, I hope to do it as well as last year, get a better contract. Thank you very much.
Now, I would have to imagine that a few years earlier, Joe Louis probably sort of set the table for America getting a little bit more comfortable with an African-American sports hero.
Mm-hmm.
Was he part of the process that got us to Jackie?
Of course. See, the thing about it, what Joe Louis did, Joe Louis came, Jack Johnson. And Jack Johnson, see, all they thought about Jack Johnson was the first thing, his biggest sin, he married a white woman. And he whipped her. You know what I mean? But this was, and he was just a different type individual than Jackie Robinson. So actually, that's what any black athlete to them at that time was the big fighter, Johnson. Everybody thought about it. Now you come up and they thought the same thing gonna happen when you get Joe Louis kind of eased the pace, see? Joe Louis did. See, but Joe Louis was actually the difference.
As history would prove, Robinson taking the field as a major leaguer would not only erase the color barriers in baseball, but it marked the shifting tide against racism in America. Yet 60 years after that event, one question still remains. With so many tremendous athletes in the Negro Leagues, what made Branch Rickey choose Jackie Robinson?
Jackie wasn't the best ball player we had, but Jackie was the right ball player.
I mean, it was right from the standpoint he had the right temperament, because there were probably people who probably did not have the patience of a Jackie Robinson to endure the things that he had to endure.
Now, I can see perhaps why they took Jackie Robinson into the leagues. It wasn't so much so that he was a more outstanding baseball player than some of the other people there, but he was more business-minded.
Jackie was a college graduate. He was educated, I put it like that. You take the ball players in my day coming up, some of them didn't have a fifth grade education.
Jackie understood that he had 21 million black folks riding on what's going to happen. You understand? This is Jackie Robinson. Like I knew Willie Wells. I knew guys that were better than Jackie at the time. But the sucker had thrown a black cat on that field with Willie Wells. Willie Wells would pick that cat up, walked in the stands and shoved it down this sucker's throat. And that would have been the end of it. And then they'd say, I told you so. But Jackie knew, and I do believe, and I always will believe, Jackie died young because of what he had to go through. You know, he couldn't fight back. And Jackie was a fighter. Jackie would knock you on your rump. Jackie was a fighter all the way. But he understood what he had to do. That was Jackie Robinson, man.
What my father hated was injustice. So to him, the fact that they had to play in the Negro Leagues as opposed to choosing to play in the Negro Leagues was the injustice, and that the Major Leagues was not open. So his goal always, as all of theirs was to be able to, get in and actually play in the big leagues.
Now, it's interesting, too, because the legend of Jackie Robinson is that he was pretty much told that first year, just grit your teeth and deal with it. Yeah. And then at one point, he was told, okay, the restraints are off. You can be your own man. Yeah. And what happens then?
Oh, man. Well, actually, Jackie, let me tell you something about that man. We've been going to a filling station in Oklahoma for 20 years. We've never gone to the restroom. Sign on the restroom door, white men only. And played in that town that night, and at night, and the next morning, get up, load the bus, fixing to leave town, and we go to the filling station, and the man comes out. You boys played a great game last night, fill up the ballpark, put on a good show, put the holes in the tank. Jackie gets off the bus and goes toward the restroom. Where you going, boy? Going to the restroom. Boy, you know you can't go to that restroom. Jackie said, take the hose out the tank. The man thought a while. We got a 50-gallon tank on this side, a 50-gallon tank on that side. He's not going to sell that much gas to one customer until the Monarchs came back to town again. And you know what he said? You boys go to the restroom, but don't stay long. See? But the gist of the story is this. Jackie said, see, we were acclimated to segregation, not Jackie Robinson. Jackie said, this is a capitalistic society. You're making money for these people. I think you're putting up with a lot of stuff you don't have to. From that day on, the Monarchs never got gas at the station. We couldn't go to the restroom. We never stayed in the town. They didn't have a place for us to sleep and a place for us to eat. That was Jackie Robinson.
The Decades Binge, with continuous episodes of classic TV favorites. This weekend, we present The Doris Day Show. We're celebrating star Doris Day's birthday with episode after episode of this beloved series.
This is Doris Day, inviting you to enjoy the wonderful laughs and warm memories.
Enjoy The Doris Day Show this coming weekend on The Decades Binge.
Phew.
Are you suffering from sinus congestion and allergies? Get fast relief with new My Pure Mist, the world's first handheld steam inhaler providing superior comfort naturally and quickly. Steam is a natural decongestant used by millions and is so effective that leading medical institutions recommend it. My Pure Mist uses patented CFE technology previously only available with hospital ventilators. Fine CFE mist penetrates deep into your sinuses, nose, and throat, providing superb relief from inflammation and congestion caused by allergies, sinus infections, the common cold, and flu. With My Pure Mist, you simply push the on button to get instant, germ-free steam without any presence of boiling water. It's cool to the touch and great for kids, too. With My Pure Mist, there's no preparation, no waiting, no cleanup, and you can conveniently use it anywhere, anytime. No wonder My Pure Mist gets more 5-star reviews than any other steam inhaler and has amazing reviews at major retailers.
My Pure Mist has changed my life. I can be outdoors, follow my passion of gardening, I can breathe, and I can finally sleep well.
Save time and money with My Pure Mist. No drug or nasal spray side effects, no uncomfortable neti pots, and no boiling water.
Many of my patients have told me that this is the most effective form of humidification that they've ever experienced.
It's really an amazing miracle machine for me, because there is nothing that comes close.
Try My Pure Mist 100% risk-free for up to 60 days with our triple guarantee and free shipping. My Pure Mist is now available at Target and other fine retailers. Why suffer? Sinus relief with My Pure Mist. Go to mypuremist.com or get My Pure Mist and get relief today. Go to mypuremist.com or your local Target store today.
The ink on Jackie Robinson's first major league contract wasn't even dry, but already it marked the beginning of the end for the Negro Leagues. With black baseball players in the majors, black baseball fans soon followed. In 1947, were all losing money, and by 1948, the team struggled to draw 2,000 people to a game, and that was a far cry from the 45,000 people who once packed the stands at Old Comiskey Park for the East-West All-Star Game. This was the first hints of the good news, bad news of the civil rights movement. While integration had turned out to be a blessing for black people, it turned out to be a crime for old black business communities. Is there a certain sense of mixed feelings when you really look back on what integration did to our country? Because in one sense, the minute Jackie Robinson signs that deal, it changed our country entirely for good. Mm-hmm. But in another sense, didn't it hurt black America?
Right here, when this Streets Hotel couldn't compete with the Holiday Inn, you know. So actually, a lot of black businesses that we had right here in this neighborhood, our supermarket was here, black-owned, operated, but not anymore. At one time, the supermarket on Pine, that actually black-owned and operated, but not anymore. Not anymore. We lost a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm.
Was it a good trade-off? Was it a fair
Well, one
trade-off?
thing about it, yeah, because it opens a lot of doors, too. It opened a lot of those too, and so many things. I just right here in this town here, take Ollie Gates barbecue. You understand? Mm-hmm. Ollie Gates barbecue. Ollie Gates could have opened a hotel down here, but nobody would come but black folk. But his barbecue, everybody comes because the whole world thinks can't nobody cook barbecue better than a black. Mm-hmm. So he's made millions. Barbecue, he's got 6 businesses right here in Kansas City. Mm-hmm.
But so you're willing to, you're saying it was a good trade-off because, yeah. I mean, I think about all the great black businesses in all the great black cities around the country, mm-hmm. and how they're all gone now. Mm-hmm. But it was worth it.
Yeah. Well, now, before you didn't have a chance. Now you got that chance.
While a team or two did continue to barnstorm, the Negro Leagues turned off their lights forever in the early 1960s. But in 1962, Jackie Robinson found his place in Cooperstown. And that same year, Buck O'Neil became the first African-American coach in the major leagues, embarking on a legendary 32-year career with the Chicago Cubs. We've talked about you as a player. We've talked about you as a manager. We've talked about you in a lot of roles, but the one we didn't talk about was you as a major league scout.
A scout?
Yeah.
Oh, this was actually just easy for me because I had been scouting ball players for the Kansas City Monarchs and the Negro Leagues for years. But to go in major league scouting, see, I'm here with the Cubs, and you know I signed Ernie Banks here with the Kansas City Monarchs, and then see now Ernie Banks played here with me 1 year, 1950, 51, 52, went into the service. 53 came back out of the service, and that's the year that we had the East-West game in Chicago, and Ernie Banks played, and the Cubs wanted to sign Ernie Banks. So I'm at the hotel on the south side in Chicago, and Tom Baird, who was the owner, called me and said, bring Ernie out to Wrigley Field tomorrow. The Cubs want to sign him to a contract. Okay, I brought Ernie out, and Whit Matthews was the general manager then. He said, Buck, you know, Tom Baird's going to sell this ball club pretty soon. And say, well, your Negro baseball is just about over. Say, when Tom sells the team, I want you to come in and scout for the Cubs. I said, that sounds good for me. And he said, well, I tell you what, you signed Ernie to a Monarch contract. Your first job with the Cubs is right now, sign Ernie to this contract, as I signed Ernie to the Cub contract.
And you found this guy who was pretty fast.
Yeah, that was Lou Brown. Was at Southern University, Baton Rouge. I saw Lou as a freshman, good-looking kid, and then had a great year his sophomore year, man. Oh, everybody was looking at him, couldn't see him. But to come up his junior year, it was cold in the South. And, oh, man, they canceled a lot of games, and then they playing. And when it was cold, and those kids weren't accustomed to playing in the cold weather. So a lot of kids, a lot of scouts, probably got off him a little. But I knew what he could do. And so I told Lou, I said, now, this is his junior year now. See, in baseball, if he goes into baseball, you can't sign him now until he finishes his junior year. And so now he's eligible to sign. I said, well, then, tell you what, people are going to come to sign you, but I'm going to give you more money than anybody else. Okay. They called me from Buck, Lou is over at the White Sox working out. I said, that's all right with me. I'm on my way. I get to Chicago, and Lou worked out for them, and the next day I got him over to the Cub ballpark, Wrigley Field. And that's where we signed him to that contract.
I would imagine one of your you've always been a guy who likes the guys with speed, the athletic guys. Ozzie Smith is a guy that just puts a smile on your face, I see, just mentioning his name. What did you like about Ozzie Smith?
Could play, compete. See the great ball players, competition. I look at baseball today. If you had told Walter Johnson to walk Babe Ruth, he'd say, what are you talking about, man? This is why I'm here, to get people out like Babe Ruth. Just like now, Bond. They ain't gonna let him hit the ball. They ain't gonna let him beat him. But suppose Bob Gibson had been pitching to him. You know what I mean? Bob Gibson said, no, don't you think about this. No, I'm gonna pitch him. That's what it's all about. Competition. That's who I want to get out. I don't get nothing for getting the ninth pitcher out, the ninth hitter out. I get some for getting the third hitter and the fourth place hitter out. That's it.
Today, we celebrate America's favorite pastime with Hank Aaron, Leo DeRocher, and Mickey Mantle on The Dick Cavett Show.
This is Cody Ross. Cody's parents just bought a new home for their growing family. They weighed the pros and cons, did their homework, and sweated every detail, carefully choosing the right mortgage with the right terms from the right mortgage company. But none of that matters very much to Cody. All that matters to him is that this is home. Quicken Loans understands that home also matters to you. Call Quicken Loans today and talk to one of our home loan experts. We can show you how today's low mortgage rates are making right now an excellent time to purchase a home. Here's why you can be confident you're working with the right lender. For 6 years in a row, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And for the second year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call Quicken Loans today or visit us at QuickenLoans.com. Buy in. Quicken Loans. Home buy. Refi. Power.
You both have a perfect driving record.
Perfect.
Tickets, no accidents?
That is until one of you clips a food truck, ruining your perfect record.
Yeah.
Now, you would think your insurance company would cut you some slack, right?
No. Your insurance rates go through the roof. Your perfect record doesn't get you anything.
Anything.
Perfect.
For drivers with accident forgiveness, Liberty Mutual won't raise your rates due to your first accident. And if you do have an accident, our claim centers are available to assist you 24/7. For a free quote, call Liberty Mutual at 1-844-220-8379. Switch to Liberty Mutual and you could save up to $509. Call today at 1-844-220-8379. See car insurance in a whole new light. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Welcome back. On February 27, 2006, a 5-year process culminated when 12 historians and so-called Negro League experts selected 17 inductees, including the first woman ever into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. Yet to the surprise of everybody and the consternation of the entire baseball community, once again, Buck O'Neil was on the outside looking in. You should be in the Hall of Fame.
Well, and that's an opinion. You understand what I mean?
That's a fact.
That's your opinion, and so is a lot of people thought that. But it didn't take but maybe 3 people to think on that committee that I wasn't qualified to be in the Hall of Fame. That's what, when you make it, see, I was on the Veterans Hall of Fame committee for maybe 20 years. Yeah, so I know how the committees go.
You have publicly taken this slight with about as much class as I can't even begin to imagine how much class you have shown in terms of accepting the rejection. But in your private moments, when you're away from the cameras, when you're away from all the people, has there been a point since the 27th of February where you've sat down by yourself in a private moment? Have you been angry about it at all?
No. Oh, no.
Why not?
If I was going to be angry, man, I would have been angry because they didn't let me attend Sarasota High School or the University of Florida. That's what I would have been angry about, because I didn't have a chance. But on this vote, I had a chance. But somebody didn't see fit that I should be there. Yeah, I did have a chance. The thing to make you mad, you didn't have a chance. They didn't give you a chance, but they gave me a chance.
That's a remarkable attitude to have, particularly for a man who has done so much for baseball. You, as a player, as a manager, as one of the greatest ambassadors to the game, you continue to do it. They're probably going to ask you to come speak at the Hall of Fame and talk about those people.
Sure. And I'm going to do it.
Why in the world would you do it?
Why wouldn't I do it? I'm the one that knows. And I think these fellas should be in it. You know what I think? I think everybody that was on that list should have been voted into the Hall of Fame. Now, had I been voted in, that's what I was going to fight. That's what I was going to say when I got up to speak. See, but now I can't do it because what it's going to look like, I'm just fighting for buck. You understand why I wasn't there? So, but one thing about it is, some of my friends are some of the people that saw me play, like the Ernie Bankses, and like the Willie Mazes, the Hank Aaron. They saw me play, and they just might say some things that should be said.
Just a few months later, Buck was back in Cooperstown, and this time he was sharing the stage with former St. Louis Cardinal Bruce Sutter for the induction ceremonies for the largest class in Hall of Fame history.
All the things I like doing, but I'd rather be right here, right now, representing these people that helped build the bridge across the chasm of prejudice, not just the ones like Charlie Pride and me that later crossed it. Yeah, this is quite an honor for me.
And not even just his speech, but his presence there that day after what had happened to him, I think one of the great moments in sports history.
Less than 2 months after Buck's appearance in Cooperstown, he fell ill and passed away peacefully on October 6th, just 1 month shy of his 95th birthday. And while all of baseball mourned, Buck left this life exactly as he lived it, smiling and without an ounce of regret.
Well, I mean, he could never walk into a room and not, he had that uncanny ability to brighten up a room just by walking in. His wonderful smile, his personality. There was no bitterness in a person who had every reason to be bitter. So just being in his presence, you knew you were in the presence of greatness and in the presence of someone who had traveled the road of life, had seen many more things than I'm going to have the opportunity to see in my life. And something that's more important is that he remembered it all. You know, the young 94, his mind was sharp, and unfortunately, the body probably wore out before the mind did.
Look back through the decades with Bill Curtis. Weekdays here on Decades. Relive, remember, relate.
To see clearly is to live freely. But having blurred vision can often mean a life of compromises. If you've had enough of your vision holding you back from living life to its fullest, now is the time to discover LASIK at TLC Laser Eye Centers. At TLC, we're North America's most experienced LASIK surgery provider. For over 20 years, we've performed 2.2 million eye surgeries and helped over 1 million people improve their vision and better their quality of life. This is just a sample of what many of our satisfied patients have had to say about their experience with TLC and how life-changing corrective eye surgery has been for them. With TLC's highly experienced LASIK surgeons and state-of-the-art clinics, we can improve your vision through quick, convenient procedures that are safe, affordable, and most importantly, life-changing. We're so confident we can help you see better, we stand behind our results with our TLC Lifetime Commitment, which means you'll receive the highest quality service before, during, and after your visit. At TLC, many of our patients can achieve 20/20 vision through our 15-minute corrective procedures. So that means in less time than you think, we can help you go from this to this. Call or visit our website to schedule a free consultation and qualify for $400 off LASIK. Experience seeing the world without limitations. Discover how LASIK vision correction can give you more freedom. Now is the time to discover LASIK at TLC Laser Eye Centers. Save $400 on LASIK. Schedule your free no-obligation consultation with TLC today.
Call TLC at 1-800-540-0772 or visit us at tlcoffer.com.
Welcome to 18th and Vine in Kansas City. And fortunately for you and I, the memories of this magical boulevard are being kept very much alive right in here. This is Buck's baby. It's the 10,000 square foot Negro Leagues Baseball Museum. Now, it's not a Hall of Fame, nor does it propose inductions into the Hall. Its sole purpose is to keep the accomplishments of Negro Leaguers alive for generations.
The Negro Leagues Baseball Museum represents a very precious piece of not only baseball history, but Americana.
I think every kid in the world should come and see this museum, because this will make you feel like you want to better yourself in this world.
It, to me, symbolizes everything that is good about this great country of ours.
They love what they did, and there's nothing greater than seeing a group of people doing and putting out and enjoying what they love doing. And it's just a wonderful thing, and it's one of those parts of American history that I think that needs to be kept alive.
Just around the corner from the museum, this same old YMCA building that was the birthplace of the Negro Leagues has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places and is now under renovation to become the Buck O'Neill Education Center. The center will prepare lesson plans for the classroom using baseball as a teaching vehicle for math and science, and the rich history of the Negro Leagues for social studies and American history. Someone once said that before you can begin to understand where you're going, first you need to look back to where you've been. Well, now hopefully we're just a little bit closer to that understanding. I'm Brian Burwell, and thanks so much for joining us.